So I want to do a reading of the book of Matthew. I've always wanted to dissect the Bible in an open way, and I feel that the openness I have about my faith. I'm not a religious person, but I have a real faith and have experienced real phenomena. Mind you, if you don't know me, I'm also schizophrenic. So add that in the equation. But to be quite honest, for my honest sake, I do believe in Jesus Christ. Do I believe in the one that's presented? No. As in, the one with a beard and the one who is always soft skinned and nice fingernails and nice combed hair? No. Actually, I believe Jesus happened to be black. I think he was of dark skin. And it mentions in Revelations, it mentions his hair being of wool. And to some, that's a very big clue to what his hair is like. They say it was as white as wool. And, you know, to me, it doesn't matter. But to some, it gives a clue to what kind of ethnicity he was, like it matters. So, yeah, I definitely want to read this book of Matthew. One of the reasons, too, is, I've got friends out here now. They know me. They know my diversity. They know I love them. They know I accept them with genuineness, being genuine, and I'm to tell them something about myself. I'm a Christian. You guys already knew that. But I really get triggered on the word myself. Hey, Juju. Hey, what's up? And being called a Christian or even thinking about the word is extremely triggering to me. Um, when I think about what it means to me, it I get distracted when I look at the chats. Sorry. I'm going to ignore the chats and I'm just going to start reading. Actually, let me just finish my concept. I don't want to get that distracted. Um, I love Jesus of Nazareth. I love who he was, who he is. I do believe in the supernatural. I do believe that supernatural events have taken place and are taking place. It's not that far fetched. It's not that far fetched. There's people who doubt, and it's okay to doubt. It's all good. And trust me, I mean, we all have our road, and we all have our stages, and it's very deep and meaningful to oneself. So I have my own faith. I did videos on it, and I hope you understand that I'm not like all the other ones that you've been around. And I want to show you I don't think so. I want to show you what the Bible is from the New Testament. So I'm going to do, for the first time ever, I'm going to read out loud the New Testament, starting with the book of Matthew. I want my friends to see the good knowledge coming from this. You know, if they don't have to see it. You know, it's not like demanded that they have to see anything. I'm going to be quite honest. Maybe it's me who's just delusional and sees this shit, and you're the one who's right, the one in doubt, the one who doesn't believe. I've come to understand that. That could be something. But here I can share my beliefs, and for your entertainment, it's fine. For whatever, for you to understand the viewpoint of a Christian who's not a typical Christian. All right, so here we go. Now I'm going to start off just by saying the first part of Matthew. It talks about the genealogy. This is the genealogy of Jesus the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham. I'm not going to read this genealogy just because, to those who've never read the Bible or even heard it, it's going to be long and exhausting. It does have meaning, and it has deep meaning. Each of those words in Hebrew means something. It's pretty amazing. But I'm going to just go to the end of the genealogy part. So in Matthew 1:16, and Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, and Mary was the mother of Jesus, who is called the Messiah. Thus there were 14 generations in all, from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile to Babylon, and 14 from the exile to the Messiah. In the New Testament, this is one of the first clues that God uses numbers as symbols. He does use math. He does use it's so funny, Dorothy Walters, who is such an angel, it says her message got retracted. I don't know why. It's pretty funny. Okay. Yeah. Dorothy, it's great to have you here. Thanks. Numbers was used a lot in the Old Testament as well. When I want to start with the New Testament because to me that's what I believe is in effect with God. This is how the birth of Jesus, the Messiah, came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph. But before they came together, she was found to be pregnant through the Holy Spirit. See, people don't understand that. What I mean to say is criticize. And it's okay to criticize. I'm not defending. I'm explaining my viewpoint. And my viewpoint can be wrong. I'm okay with that. But I'm just telling you like what I see. At least right now. It could change sometime in the future. So it's part of my like hyper focus too. I look at this stuff and I look at the details. I try to like see how it is and really try to grasp the concept. and to be pregnant through the Holy Spirit. When you think of what this creation is, according to Christians, those who listen or follow Christ, I just like to say those who follow Jesus of Nazareth, because Christians have been a very tainted word, especially today. Unfortunately, it's so watered down, and it's really disgusting. I don't blame anyone who wants to never go to a church. I don't honestly blame you. God's within you. The church is within you, and that's all you need to know. Just pray with your heart. Bless everybody, love everybody, and make sure you be nice to other people around. Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna see me kind of go off in different directions. It's just my nature. So, please pardon me if I go into something and then I totally go off the subject and don't even come back to the original. Juju, that's cool. Some people love church and some people belong in church. I've come to understand that. I've come to understand that through the Holy Spirit. We're all touched differently, which is explained in the scriptures as well. And I've seen it. I've experienced it. My wife has, and many other Christians have. Juju, thank you so much. Great. I really appreciate it. And where was I? Shit. Hey, Ethan, what's going on? Let me see. Oh, yeah, so let me just get back to this, right? So when you look at creation, the way I see it is it's comparable as an analogy to programming. To make it simple, to be in a reality that is created, like you can see the DNA now, didn't before. We have the technology now to really see the DNA, to manipulate the DNA. And the DNA is coded. It's like a code. It's amazing. There's a group out there now, I wish I could remember its name, that literally advertised changing your child's eye color before it's born. It's pretty wild. Technology is up there. I consider it the beast system, the AI. But anyway, so when you have that creation and that creator, which is considered God, that creator entered into his own creation as Jesus. The Holy Spirit entered into Mary and manipulated things physically. Hey, it's God. God entered into her and created the seed. To me, it's really as simple as that. As simple as that. I mean, I never hear people talk like that, but I really do think that it's one way to see it instead of just hearing it being preached, Because Joseph, her husband, was faithful to the law and yet did not want to expose her to public disgrace. he had in mind to divorce her quietly. So he was a gentleman. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm not going to mess around with a woman who's been fooling around. I'm going to divorce her, but, discreetly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. I mean, wow, right? I think I just want you to reflect on what is a, a spiritual experience. When you have a spiritual experience, have you ever had a dream that you felt was from God? Have you ever had a vision that you felt was from God? I have. I know other people who have. And so, to me, this isn't far-fetched. To others, I can see how it is, of course. I'm getting a little introverted, I'm sorry. Let's collect myself. When I see it, right, I see God understanding Joseph's thoughts. Just right there, that's what it shows, right? He wanted to divorce her. He was, a lawful man, but he was going to do it quietly so she doesn't get disgraced. But after he had considered it, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream. Like a daydream? I can see it like a daydream. Pretty interesting. So all this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him. Sorry. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife. But he did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests, and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. In Bethlehem, in Judea, they replied. But this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. I'm gonna put the camera down just so I can read without. I don't like to be looked at. I'll be more comfortable. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up," he said, "take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, "Out of Egypt I called my son." When Herod realized that he had been outwitted by the Magi, he was furious, and he gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping in great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more. After Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who were trying to take the child's life are dead." So he got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning in Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. Having been warned in the dream, he withdrew to the district of Galilee, and he went and lived in a town called Nazareth. So was fulfilled what was said through the prophets, that he would be called a Nazarene. Okay, well, this is the end of chapter 2. And, look, I'm just, I'm just, um, I'm just being open and just being myself. my strange self. And, for those who do listen, I really appreciate it. I do want to continue reading, and I probably will tomorrow. My reading will get better. I'm going to listen to what I record. I always do, because I edit. I think about how I delivered it, or, I overthink a lot of things. But, hey, Dorothy. Um, so does the reading go okay? Yeah. I've never done it, and, you know, all right. Well, it's been almost a half hour. Thank you, Dorothy. I do tend to a lot devalue myself, just the way it is, man. Depression's real. To those who don't have depression, probably just like, get the fuck up, come on, wake up, take a cold shower. But these are our waters. Like, we're born this way. Yeah. And being who I am with my conditions, whether Jesus is real or not, and I do believe he is, but whether he is or not, I think for my mind, having Jesus is a pretty important thing. Like, it keeps me stable. And I do believe he is real. It's so wild. It's a great topic to talk about. Yeah. And it's the waters that I swim in and others swim in. And we're so accustomed to it that it doesn't bother us as much. And we can actually, believe it or not, find comfort in being depressed, because it lets us hibernate alone, the comfort of being alone. Kurt Cobain had a great song. I don't remember the name of it. Nirvana had a great song. It was called, the line was, I miss the comfort of being sad. It was off of that album, In Utero. I miss the comfort in being sad. And it's kind of funny, there's a comfort in being sad. If you're so used to it. Ever since you're a child. And I have my ways of dealing with it. I'm 50 now, and I can't thank enough my wife and my loving family. You see a picture of them behind me. And I'm very I'm very grateful for what I have. And oh, that's nice, Dorothy. To anyone listening on the replay, Dorothy's writing some nice things. And if you look at the comments, you can see what she's writing. When I get anxious, I often place myself in the lap of Jesus in my mind's eye. It helps me. That's nice. Mm. It is a wonderful thing. I'm getting tired, so I don't want to read anymore. But talking about it's cool. All right, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks to the people listening to my weird ass self, and thanks for understanding. And thank you, Dorothy. And trying to think of some words to say. Thank you for your patience in listening to what I have to say. I do regard what some of my friends here feel and think about Jesus, about Christianity. I do understand. I'm not here to, it's a simple solution. It's like, I'm just going to talk about it on my own channel. I always talk about it. Even in others' interviews, I tend to always talk about it. This is giving me a chance to talk to people about things I never would talk about, except my wife. And it feels kind of good. It feels real good to talk to another person who has faith about these things. And I appreciate you listening. All right, I guess it's time. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow. I would like to. All right, good night, Dorothy.